Hello everyone and welcome back to the New York Empoleon's Week 2 Battle of the LET. We are here this week taking on Ruppy, coach of the Columbus Swoo. And both of us actually went 1-0 with a 4-0 victory last week. And so we are actually the top 2 seeds in the league officially. Going into Week 2, one of us will come out of this with a great differential and a great record, and the other one will take an L. Hopefully, it's not me. Anyway, my team is Urshifu, Latios, Terra Iron Treads, Slowking, and then my Terra Anemoris, which is just Terra Fairy, and my Terra Beartic, which is just Terra Ice. So those are seemingly boring, but they actually are really strong here in this matchup. We've got Protective Pads, Choice Scarf, Lumberry, Black Sludge, Life Orb, and Loaded Dice. So while a lot of things start with the letter L, they are not the same. So we have not repeating moves, and I'm just checking the move sets right now. It looks like everything is good to go. And they are my battle team. Look at that, 6 different items. That's what we're looking for. And yeah, we are going to tell my opponent that we're good. And then have to deal with the terrorist stuff. I've been talking about this. I was talking about this to Finfin earlier. Last week was my first time ever playing a Terra preview match. And it was really funny because I changed nothing about how I played, really, knowing what their Terra types were. In fact, I actually completely forgot that their Terra Sandy Shocks was Terra Electric. And like I told them my my Terra types, and then they made like a crazy read because they were like, oh, he's Terra Ground on the Anemoris, and he might Terra in my Sandy Shocks is in, so I can't click an electric move. I have to click a ground move, and it's like, bro, that is not the right play. But because of Terra preview, they actually ended up playing worse, which is weird and kind of interesting. Like, objectively, that's the wrong play. Both their Moth and their Gyarados are Fairy this week, which is fun. So there's no Farigiraf, no Donphan, no Kyurem, no Rotom-Mow. Yeah, so it's Electros, Valiant, Moth, Jirachi, Overqwil, and Gyarados. I think I'm just going to lead Latios here. I think it's the safest lead. It's Choice Scarfed. It's easy to click a move with. Slowking would also be a completely reasonable lead, but I really actually value the Chilly Reception this week because I am Slush Rush on the Beartic. But they're double Terra Fairy. Double Terra Fairy. Do I care? Like, I don't care. That doesn't end up walling anything. It just makes you weak to Slowking, which I'm okay with. So Electros leads here. Oh, I did take these out of my calc, so I have to put them back in my calc. But don't worry, we have a 60-minute personal timer because, I don't know, reasons. This is Latios and Electros. Okay. U-turn's doing a decent amount of damage. I think I just flip turn here. I don't think I'm staying in against an Electros. Get like literally no damage. That's crazy. I could go Treads, and I could go Slowking. I feel like those are the 2 reasonable options. They're probably just clicking Knock here. I mean, Treads gives me rocks and knock pressure, which I'm okay with. So yeah, they just click knock. That's super not surprising. They don't have removal, so I'm just going to set up Stealth Rock here. Because Donphan's their only form of removal, and they didn't bring it. Root, welcome to the stream. As always, don't give me any pointers, tips, or anything like that. I sort of think a Flamethrower is coming if they stayed in. Just Drain Punch, okay. But I like the rocks being up. They do have Jirachi, so I kind of want to preserve this. I could go Slowking, but then that's also just going to take a knockoff. Do I care that much if it takes a knockoff? I don't actually know if I do. But I'm just going to knock here. I'm just going to knock. Get rid of whatever item this thing is. Get information, because nothing else can have this item. It is Assault Vest, so that's good to have gone. And U-turn. Sure. So it's at like 60% now. We're at like 45%. They could go Gyarados here. Do I mind if they go Gyarados here? I don't know. I get a scout on whether it's Boots. It probably is. One of their Terra Captains is probably Boots. It could D-Dance. It could Terra. Like, lots of options. I don't think you Terra in front of this, though. You could just, like, not Terra and Dragon Dance. Alright, let's see. This is Valiant. That makes I sound surprised. That makes complete sense. I don't know why I sounded like so shocked. Iron Valiant came in. What? Like that's super reasonable. Switch in. I have no idea why. Why I was like, oh my god, what a switch! That's crazy. No, it's like, oh, it's a fighting type that outspeeds me. Like, let's all calm down for a second. All right, and there's the close combat. Oh, physical is nice to know. Probably knock off on the set. I don't think you're going to stay in here. This is a chance to chill your... Oh, and it's Life Orb. That was all it did with a Life Orb? That's crazy. I mean, it's quad resisted, and I'm fully physically defensive, but still crazy. I think I just chill your reception here. I could Future Sight. Future Sight's kind of reasonable here, but I'm just gonna go chill your reception. I get the Bear Tick in if I want to, depending on what they switch into here. It's Jirachi, not Boots. Okay. I could just go Treads again. They do have the Elite Trust and Gyarados off the ground, though. But that's just like such a free knockoff. Elite Trust comes back in at that point. I feel like it's got to be either Bear Tick or Treads, and it just feels like this Bear Tick's not going to kill with anything, so I think it's just Treads. I think it's just Treads. And then do I EQ or knock? Like, I feel like Elite Trust is coming back in here. It's leftovers. Okay. But knock is just, like, pretty free. Now that it's left, and I know it's leftovers and not, like, weakness policy. Yeah, that's Elite Trust. Takes rocks, takes knock. This is going to do less than last time, obviously. Not quite a 2 KO from there. We are going to switch into... Is this Slowbro again? Or Slowking again? Yeah, I think it's Slowking again. Show Drain Punch. So yeah, let's go Slowking. Alright, let's see. There's a Drain Punch. So they're probably going to knock off my Black Sludge here. I could switch if I wanted to let something else eat a knockoff. Or I could just like Sludge Bomb. And just like if you're gonna take my Black Sludge, which I don't really care that much if you do, because Regenerator kind of augments that or offsets that. then you're just going to eat a Sludge Bomb here. Which, yeah, they do choose to stay in quick knockoff, which is not surprising. You're just going to eat a Sludge Bomb for it. No poison. Sort of think a U-turn is coming here, so this is a chance to Chilly Reception. But now this thing's in range of a knockoff from the Iron Treads. Even if they go for another knockoff, then I just get into something safely. I get a Regenerator boost back, so I'll be back to like 75%. Obviously not going to go into Bear Tick yet, because this Hail, Snow, whatever is going to go away like very rapidly, and I'm not too concerned about that at this moment. I could go Enamorous. Jirachi's like still a little healthy for that. I could just flip turn with Latios. I could go Trailblaze, actually. This is a decent chance to set up a Trailblaze. They do have multiple fairy Terras, but I think Trailblaze is just the right play here. If I have to switch out afterwards, it's fine. So Urshifu. Oh my gosh. SS kills Eelektross with Trailblaze. So now I just have to like watch out, like, are they gonna Terra Fairy the Gyarados or something like that? If they go Gyarados or Moth, they're Terraing them. 100%. Valiant we know is not Scarfed or Booster, it's Life Orb, so we do outspeed it now, but I don't know if I can kill it with anything. I don't have coverage for it. They don't know I don't have coverage for it, though. So maybe Overquill is what comes in here? It is Iron Moth. Yeah, so Dazzling Gleam just kind of deletes me. If so, I could call their bluff here that they're not going to Terra and that they're not Choice Scarf, and just go for a Wicked Blow, which kills after rocks. And looking at the matchup, this thing actually doesn't do a whole lot. Oh, they are Scarfed. Okay. Good to know now. So Iron Moth kills Urshifu with Dazzling Gleam. Okay. So they are Scarfed. They're Scarfed into Dazzling Gleam here. How do I abuse that? I mean, I could go Treads and just click EQ, but Gyarados might come in on that. I think what I'm going to do... How much is Dazzling Gleam doing to an Enamorous? 30%. I could go to Nam and Calm Mind. And then go from there. I could just go... I think I'd just go Slowking. I think I'd just go Slowking, set up the Snow, and see what you switch into on it. Because this thing is not touching me at this point. I could have just gone into this before and kept the Urshifu alive. That was probably the smarter play, but now that I know they're Scarfed, it's a little bit easier to play around too, so... We'll just Chilly Reception here. No reason to Future Sight at this moment in time. I'd rather keep this thing healthy, and it'll get back to like full HP after that. And I wouldn't have had confirmation they were Scarfed if I didn't stay in, so... You know, it's a game of information at the end of the day. And in comes Jirachi. Yep. So again, I don't think Bear Tick's what comes in against a Jirachi. That is still of like full health. EQ is doing like 60% or so. But we have Treads. We still have Treads. There's no There's no doubt in my mind that Treads is the right play and Knockoff is the right play here. If they didn't know my Terra type, then maybe Beartic is the right play to bluff, you know, Terra anything else. Like Ground would be pretty good here. But they do. And so Knockoff is free. They're just going to have to take it with something. Lake Dross is gone. Everything else still has an item. Valiant could come in on that, but they're just going to stay in, and it's going to do 50% clean, and the leftovers are gone. Shadow Ball comes out. We live that. So now is a weird spot where I could EQ and potentially kill the Jirachi. But Gyarados gets in for free. Or I can just knock off again, make sure the Gyarados doesn't get in for free, and potentially miss the kill on the Jirachi here. I'm going to go Earthquake. They do stay in. Okay. So Iron Treads kills Jirachi with Earthquake. Part of the reason for that is that Gyarados could come in here anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm not supposed to sack the Treads there, but maybe I'm supposed to sack the Treads there. I don't know. Because, like, Gyarados comes in now. I have Knockoff, so if it Terra Fair... So then I have to, like, play this, like, is it going to Terra game? I'd have to check. I have to see if it's Moxie or anything, but... I have to play this weird, like, do I go for an Earthquake? They wouldn't Terra, though, because of the possibility of Iron Head and Earthquake, so they just stay, and then I'd click Knockoff and... Probably knock off the boots as it goes for a D-Dance. I could Rapid Spin for damage before going for a knockoff, which is kind of funny. They just go into Valiant here. They just really want this thing dead, I guess. But I can just go Slowking. Or I could just stay in attack. I mean, this thing, again, it's sort of fodder for literally the rest of their team. It helps against Overquill, and that's it. And I'm not really too stressed about the Overquill right this second. So I think I'm just supposed to EQ. I'm supposed to EQ here. They go Moonblast, so they're mixed. Okay. And Iron Valiant kills Iron Treads with Moonblast. So it's 4-4 right now. There's one turn of snow left. So this is maybe where I go. With Jirachi dead, I think I go into Slowking. And I think I click Acid Spray? Or just Future Sight. This feels like the time to Future Sight. If Overquill comes in, Overquill comes in. Like, we just Future Sight here. Stalls turns. I'm already knocked off, so you can't, you know, I'm not worried about really that scared of a knockoff from this thing. And yeah, I think I just Future Sight here. This is where I always feel like Psychic is just better. You know, like Future Sight's just damage 2 turns from now, which lets them set up for it a little bit more. As opposed to damage now and pressuring them on in front of me, which, I don't know. I go back and forth on whether Future Sight's a viable move or not. This is one of the first times I've ever running it in an actual Draft League match, so we'll see how I feel about it at the end of this. But in comes the Overquill. We're going to Future Sight. It's also not Boots. Okay, Gyarados is definitely the Boots mon. It's got Intimidate, that's not surprising. Yeah, Acid Spray was maybe the right choice, but I can Chilly Reception now. I can eat a Crunch. I think. Slowking Galar, Overquill. Yeah, I can eat a Crunch. So we're just gonna Chilly Reception. Ooh, Taunt's fun. Didn't predict a Taunt. Okay. Acceptable. I think I just Acid Spray then. Right? Or do I switch? I think I Acid Spray. I need the Chilly Reception in order for the Beartic to be viable. I could go into Nam, but I don't want to go hard in Amorous here, so I think I just Acid Spray. crunch is a crunch, you know? It hurts. They go Poison Jab. They're predicting the switch into Enamorus, and I'm not doing that, ever. Just certainly not doing that here. Get a -2 Spadef. Future Sight's going to do nothing. So ultimately, in this case, Future Sight and Psychic would have been the exact same thing, because it did nothing, but... So now they're at -2. I could go for another Acid Spray. Because when Enamorus comes in, basically, I have to Earth Power. Which should kill, but, you know, might not. But if I can get it, if I can get another Acid Spray off, then I can actually just Draining Kiss. Okay, Crunch does damage. That's fine. That defense drop makes things really awkward. Wow, that Acid Spray did a lot. That's a crit. That's why. So I still can't go into Enamorus hard here. Shaking off the taunt makes things kind of interesting, though. Because it means that I can... it means they might taunt here. Instead of going for an attack. And I could go Latios to pivot. I could also just go hard Enamorus. Like, that's so risky, though. That's so risky. Yeah, I can't go hard Enamorus. I can go hard Latios. If they kill it, they kill it. But Crunch is the freest play. I could go Bear. I could just go hard Bear Tick. That might be what I'm supposed to do. Just go Bear Tick here. Just go hard Bear Tick. There's Poison Jab. Okay. No poison. Probably outspeed. I do have a decent amount of speed investment on this. If they have no investment at all, I still get outsped. Icicle Spear 100% kills. Earthquake 100% kills, but Icicle Spear is safer just based on what they have left. I live any hit, so I'm not going to Terra. Enamorus is definitely the mon that's looking to Terra at this point. Although the poison potential from the... no poison on Poison Jab, and we're just going to get off an Icicle Spear here. And with loaded dice, 100% kills. Nice. So Bear Tick kills Overquill with Icicle Spear. Does Gyarados come in here? Like, I've been waiting for this Gyarados to come in for a long time. 4-hit Icicle Spear to a Gyarados if it's offensive and has Moxie is like a 66 to 79% damage. And if I can get the 5th hit, and it's like 99.6, so I could with 5 hits and a potential crit, like Gyarados could just die. And if it gets really greedy and goes for a Dragon Dance, then I can just Aqua Jet it potentially. Oh, it does have the Intimidate. Okay, so it's not Moxie. At which point, I think I just stay in and go for it anyway. I could Terra Ice. That feels stupid because I think they can just kill me with a Waterfall, but they're not Moxie, so I'm not too stressed about that. I'm going to Icicle Spear. I'm not going to Terra. They do go for D-Dance. Okay. They don't Terra, and they do go for D-Dance. So we're looking for, like, 1 crit and a 5-hit. This is the slowest animation I've ever seen in my entire life. What the heck? 5 hits, no crit. That's life. I could have Terra'd and actually just killed the Gyarados there. It's in range of dying to a Psychic now from Latios. So we're just going to go for an Aqua Jet, I think. Let this die. Yeah, we're just going to Aqua Jet here. Too bad I didn't get this thing to sweep in the ice, in the snow, but... Let's see what they go for. Did they go for another D-Dance? No, they don't. Okay. They're not that greedy. They're not that greedy. So Gyarados kills Beartic with Waterfall. And yeah, I have Latios, Psychic here. It's Valiant, Moth, and Gyarados. Moth didn't Terra, so it's going to take another 25% on re-entry, so we just have Choice Scarf Psychic here. They don't have Terra Darks. Overcool's dead. So this should be game. Even Shadow Sneak from Valiant should not threaten this Latios from full. Moth is Scarfed. Got to keep an eye on that because it is going to be a speed tie. And with the Terra at 50%, maybe it lives a hit. And then I see what it locks itself into, and then I've got Slowking in the back still, which is perfectly healthy enough to basically take anything from it. Psychic's a roll if it's no bulk from 50%, so yeah, we do see the Psychic come out. And Gyarados is going to go down here. It was not Boots either, which is also interesting. They really did not think I was going to bring Hazards this time. And yeah, basically the Iron Moth has to come in. Has to click Dazzling Gleam. If it's not Quark, it's not Quark because it's Choice Scarf. 252 special attack, Timid, Terra Fairy, Dazzling Gleam. Has a 6.3% chance to Oko. I click Psychic. So let's see it. Let's see the 6.23% chance to Oko. I mean, at that point, I just go Slowking. They're locked into Dazzling Gleam. I click Sludge Bomb, and I win the game. So it's not a big deal. Obviously, it affects differential, but this should... Slowking should have it from here. But this is a speed tie. Clean out. And Psychic does go first. And it does pick up the kill here. That was a roll, probably. Latios kills Iron Moth with Psychic. And just like earlier, oh my god, they went Valiant in this situation? That's crazy. Dude, how could they possibly go Valiant now? I had no idea that was coming. I didn't see that at all. No, it's their last mon. It's the last mon they have. They go for a Vacuum Wave here, and Psychic's going to take that out. And in a basically complete reverse of last week, Beartic technically did get one kill here, but last week it was all my Terra Captains that exclusively got all the kills. This week it was all the mons that aren't Terra Captains that got kills. Urshifu, Iron Treads, and Latios picking up 5 of the 6 kills. But we do pick up a 3-0 victory this week, and that was the other 1 seed, the other player who was 1-0 and +4 in differential, so huge win over that team. Great game to Ruppy, great game to the Columbus Swoo. I love saying that name. But yeah, so I think 2 things happened in that game. Sorry, I was just saying good game to my opponent. 2 things happened in that game that really benefited me. One, I isolated what mons I needed to kill early in order to facilitate the mons that were going to win late game. Elitros and Jirachi were the 2 mons that I felt like were just going to be sticklers in front of mons and be able to take a hit and then dish out damage back. I think if my opponent doesn't go for a Dragon Dance, they don't take that much damage from the Icicle Spear. The Gyarados is still at 75%. And I have to play a little bit differently. But they don't outspeed things like the Enamorous. And what I probably do in that situation is go Enamorous, Terra Fairy, and click Draining Kiss, which is my best click against the Gyarados. It probably doesn't kill, but they end up in the exact same situation next turn where they would Dragon Dance on that Draining Kiss, and then I would kill them with Latios. Basically, I just never could let them go for another attack. So I actually should not have Aqua Jetted. That was a big misplay. If they had gone for a second Dragon Dance there on that Aqua Jet, that was a huge misplay on my part. That should have just been another Icicle Spear. Ignore the damage, but like get the guarantee if they get greedy enough and read that I need to go for an Aqua Jet or something for them to kill me. Huge misplay on my part for sure. But ended up not being punished, which is something I appreciate. But yeah, great game to my opponent. Next week we are taking on, let's see. Next week we are taking on the Liverpool FC, the Liverpool Football Club, in the Pokemans. That's Nico. Another team that right now is 1-0. I don't know how they're doing in their Week 2 match. But, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. That'll do it for this week. If you are watching live on Twitch at the time of this recording, my TBL Finals battle is tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, so definitely check that out. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's a week delayed, so that already happened. So I either won or lost that, and that already happened. But as of the time of recording, I have not done it yet. That is tomorrow. So come check that out. It's going to be on the TBL channel. It's going to be super fun. It's the finals. Big deal. I've only won that league one time in 10 seasons, so I would like to do it twice in 11. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This will do it for me. I will see you all back here next week with more content. I also do plan on streaming more, if at all possible. I might be doing some more Fire Emblem content or something else, so definitely come by for those. If you want to come by the Twitch channel, links in the description on YouTube. And I do plan on doing more content on Twitch than I have been, which is to say basically none. And so, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, everybody.